Yobachi 2007 back at you with another one. Recently on the channel, we have chronicled the likes of strong, independent women, such as this one who ran over her baby's daddy while he was holding her baby. And then when he went to the hospital, she took her child, her infant, and left him in a house by himself while injured from that running over that she did and took off so she could go hide at her sister's house in another part of Florida. Then we got to see another good mama. Let's find her. This one right here, another strong, independent single mom who set up her teenage daughter to go have sex with her adult boyfriend, the mom's adult boyfriend. Now, also from the Good Mama files, we have this young woman, the single mother who abandoned two little children to be left home alone while she went out of town on a cruise.
A story you will only see here on 13. A mother is accused of ditching her children to go on vacation. ABC 13 was there as the 29-year-old mother was brought into the Harris County Jail after she was arrested for leaving her young children home alone while she went on a cruise. Our Jessica Willie is live with the unbelievable allegations. Jessica.
And Maida, Lakeisha Williams was arrested around 5:30 tonight here at her luxury.
Lakeisha, huh? Mm-hmm. Sounds like this is going to be a strong black, independent black woman. I don't need no man. But it sounds like the kids needed a man to protect them from her and to provide some actual structure in this home. Let's keep it going.
And Maida, Lakeisha Williams was arrested around 5:30 tonight here at her luxury apartment building in the Memorial area. According to Precinct 5, the mother flew to Miami last Thursday to catch a cruise to Puerto Rico, leaving her young children home alone for 5 days. And it would have been longer had neighbors not been paying attention. From all-you-can-eat buffets aboard a cruise ship to the back of a Precinct 5 patrol car, Lakeisha Woods Williams is accused of abandoning her children. The 29-year-old mother was taken to jail tonight. The details of the allegations, almost hard to believe.
So that don't even make sense right there.
According to court records, neighbors at Williams' luxury high-rise apartment building, the McKinley, sounded the alarm. They said they saw the mother of two children leave with luggage and bags last Thursday, April 4th, and never return. On Tuesday, deputy constables with Precinct 5 responded to a welfare check at her apartment and found her 8-year-old son and 6-year-old daughter home alone.
Your old son and 6-year-old daughter left alone to fend for themselves for days. All we hear about ever in the culture is about deadbeat dads, and in particular, this false narrative around black men. Even though I've shown you in other videos, the CDC report that black men are the most involved fathers with their children. But what we have here is another hyena mama, but there's no discussion. Yes, women keep the children. They tend to physically keep the children because they tend to possess them from the get go. Not tend to, they do automatically by birthing them. They naturally have possession of them. Women will keep the children, but they're deadbeats even with the children in their possession. And that's not talked about. All we want to hear about is deadbeat black men and what a failure black men are, and what or how other men are just the problem and don't care for their children. But this is how many women care for their children, and this goes untalked about. We're going to take a look at the Sun's coverage of the video of the story before returning to the news video. Harrowing details have emerged after a mom allegedly left her children alone in a trash-filled home to take a cruise. So let's check out this mother. We haven't seen her yet. Surprise! Surprise, surprise. We got an eyelash bandit. We've got the lace front woven in. You can see the hairnet there. We got the lace front hair hat wearer. I'm so shocked. What else we've got? These dried up edges. 29-year-old grown woman trying to have quote baby hairs. You're grown, but you want to look like a baby, and they talk about men being weird. And then to boot, we see how you treat your own babies, leaving them abandoned to fend for themselves. Let's get into the article. Let's read a little bit of it. Lakeisha Woods Williams, 29, has since been charged with abandonment with intent to return after an investigation was launched into how the children came to be left alone. Neighbors told authorities that they saw Williams leave her home with luggage without her children on April 4th and reported to ABC Houston affiliate KTRK. So so the Harris County constables went to do the welfare check at the house, at the apartment. They found the kids alone in filthy squalor. She left her children in squalor to go party and live her best life, to have her hot girl summer, to start the summer off right in April without her children being attended to, protected, or cared for in any way. Police noted that the apartment had a distinct smell of urine. We heard that in the news report. It says in total, the kids spent about 5 days alone in the apartment. And the children told the authorities that they knew that their mom was gone on a trip. Let's go back to this video and pick up from there with, I think it's the district attorney or maybe a police representative.
These children were definitely left unattended for many days and put in serious harm's way.
Williams is charged with abandoning her children with intent to return. Deputies did find a web camera and cell phone that the children said their mother used to check in on them. Is that sufficient?
Absolutely not.
Prosecutor Keegan Childers says there is so much potential for danger.
For them to provide for themselves, feed themselves, take care of themselves, as well as, what if somebody breaks in? What if there's, a bad neighbor? Any number of horror nightmare scenarios that could come up.
Firefighters found the kids to be in good health. CPS released them to their aunt, who declined to comment. But Otis Darjean, just a curious onlooker and father himself, had plenty to say.
Like, that's a child, so that don't even make sense. Like, why would somebody leave their child, their young kids behind like that?
Indeed. Why would somebody do that, Keisha? Boom, Quisha. This is the mentality that we have these days with a lot of young women. She has to have young while she's fun. She has to have fun while she's young, and nothing of substance, nothing of duty is of any importance to her. There is nothing sacred, not even their own children. The paramount thing in life for them is having fun and living it up in the ratchet culture, this defunct, degraded, demoralized culture where stripper wear and all this stuff comes out of stripper culture. The stripper culture is the ideal culture that a lot of young black women are trying to live up to. But everything that we see with them, with a number of these types, the ones who take on the mentality of the popular culture, is this kind of absolute foolishness. These hood ratchet mamas that have destroyed the culture, and they replace fathers with thugaboos to where we get this.
I'ma see you later.
I hope so.
So you got a new boyfriend now?
Hey, mama gotta have a life too.
Mama gotta have a life too. Mama's gotta have fun while she's young over everything. This is the mentality that we're dealing with. And again, you can see some of the accoutrements when you deal with women and look at what their personality and what they're physically displaying and how they show up can tell you ahead of time what you're going to get in a lot of these cases. These are the women who we are told are running circles around us as black men. And the reason why we kind of get this messaging is because this is a projected self-justification of women who are doing well in certain aspects of life, maybe financially, they've come up on a grip some way or the other. And somehow this is supposed to displace any substance, any morality, or having anything to offer for it as well as far as family life and as far as community. They don't come with anything in those realms of things that actually matter. And now that they've made a little bit of money, now they think they're everything. She's living in a luxury high rise. She's got fly to Miami and go on a luxury cruise money, but she doesn't have even money to pay somebody to take care of her kids while she's gone. Or if she can't do that, to have the humanity in herself and the motherly love and disposition to not want to leave her children abandoned. What if one of them just fell off? They know how kids love to jump up on tables, could fall off and break their leg and just be laying there, just be there with no one to make sure that the child is okay, writhing in pain, eventually going to bleed out and die. She could care less as long as she's having her fun while she's young, because mama got to have fun too. This is the mentality that accompanies this frame that we see here. And you can know that before you deal with these women. This is why they shouldn't be dealt with. They shouldn't be impregnated. They want to go out and have fun, but they gave up the opportunity or the right to put fun as a priority when they chose to have children. They don't need men. They're both mother and father. They should be getting gifts for Father's Day. This is the crap that they tell you, but this is what's really going on. And even though many of them may not be this extreme, there's very there's various levels of the same thing happening. Women raise the baby boys that they complain about. They created the hood. That's women-led society. That's what it looks like. It's the hood, the most terrible, destructive place on the planet. And because women didn't want men in the house anymore, they just said a government welfare check was better than a man who may be on the come up, who may not have gotten there yet. I'd rather the government check so I don't have to be responsive to that man or any structure. This is what comes out of it. This is why we don't listen to any of this bimbo babble from these women and all these quote unquote standards that they're talking about and what they deserve. It's a bunch of nonsense. This is what they bring to the table. That's why they hate that question. And that's why they can't provide anything else other than a lot of nonsense and a lot of babble. So many of them have no substance. They're just as fake and empty on the inside as they are on the outside with their hair weave, lace front helmets, and their bat wing eyelashes and all this other foolishness. The foolishness you see on the outside is just reflective of the foolishness on the inside. That's why I tell you, brothers, to look at the signs. And I'm also going to tell you to look at hitting that like button, the like, the subscribe, the notification bell, all of that. I'd really appreciate it if you hit me up on those things. You're about your 2007. I'm out.